Now there's a touch of the Orient.
We're Southampton Youth Orchestra, and during the last 2 weeks we've been lucky enough to have a superb tour of China.
We've seen some really good sights and played some amazing venues as well.
And the great thing is we've been able to film it ourselves or be filmed, and this is the story of our tour. Southampton Youth Orchestra was formed in 1965. It has always believed in touring and taking classical music to a new audience. As we waited at Heathrow, we knew that this year's tour was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a unique chance for us to perform classical music in a country very few British orchestras have visited before. Travelling over 5,000 miles, we were 80 musicians under the age of 18, planning to perform 5 concerts in 14 days. Our tour would see us perform in 3 different cities: the capital Beijing, the coastal town of Qingdao, and our first destination, Xian. Under the guidance of our conductor, Keith Smith, we had learnt several new pieces, which apart from classical western, included a traditional Chinese composition. We were curious to discover what knowledge the Chinese people had of classical music, and more importantly, whether they would turn up to watch us. After a tiring 15 hours of travel, we finally arrived in Xian, a city which had once stood at the centre of the Chinese world. Our first day in the old capital, and we paid a visit to one of the city's historic sites.
This is Xian. That is the bell tower over there. I think this is all part of the ancient city walls and stuff.
Do you know what they are?
Those are Chinese lanterns. I thought they were pumpkins actually, but... Is that not the bell tower? What is it? That's the drum tower.
The drum tower had originally been built to stop invaders, but now it gave us the chance to get a wonderful view of the city below.
We're on the city walls, which were built 6,000 years ago. 600 years ago. No, 6,000. Oh, I don't know. We're looking out at the bell tower right at the end of the road.
It's really hot, really sweaty, but yeah, it's alright. I hate the smell. The smell is horrible, but once again, I'll get used to that. It's really muggy, no blue sky, and I think when I come back to London, I'll be like, oh wow, London air is so clean.
I'm so glad that we didn't have to walk here.
They just go everywhere. Look, there's like bicycles going out. Look at that.
Oh my god!
There's like bikes
I'm so surprised there's not more accidents.
He's going along the zebra crossing. There's like some kind of junction there. There's no road markings anywhere, and they're just going.
Oh no, that's the thing. There are no actual road markings saying where the junctions are. It's just basically a free for all.
It's quite a dangerous petrol. It's like 10 people to a moped. There's like 10 people to a moped.
It's great.
And they're like, we woke up at like 8 o'clock, and there's like they're out there in their thousands, you know, like.
Begging as well.
After the noise of the city, we were glad to make it back to the peace of our hotel.
This is our first day in Xian. We've been around the city, we've been to the walls, and now we're just going to go around and see a few people and see what they think about tour and what they're looking forward to.
First, how are you finding it?
I'm alright, not too bad. It's really hot, but I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I'm just checking my viola to see that my packing has been alright and that my strings haven't snapped.
One of the cello players' bridge fell over. Mine's moved by about an inch, and Natalie Black's is snapped because she didn't loosen her strings off in the hole.
I'm really scared. I'm going to open my clarinet case. It's going to be in like 4 pieces. Although it's in 6 to start. I know it's normally in like 8 pieces.
What am I looking forward to? Experiencing the culture, because it is so different from everything that I've ever known before. I was really impressed when we went out this morning up to the walls.
Did you go up the wall and there was one side you looked over and it was like skyscrapers and cars and things, and the other side it was all just like slums and shanties and people building another level on their houses?
Personally, I'm looking forward to the Great Wall of China actually, because it's the only thing you can actually see from space. It's going to be quite impressive.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello,
what are you looking forward to about China?
A 5-star hotel, definitely. Luxury, I don't know really.
James, the concerts.
The concerts.
We are looking forward to the concerts because when we came through yesterday, there was a massive banner saying "Welcome Southampton Youth Orchestra," and there was
The banner showed how important our visit was to Xian, and the number of people queuing for the concert made us realise that they were expecting to hear great things. After a year of rehearsing, we were finally about to step into the unknown. We just hoped that we could live up to all the expectations of the Chinese. The audience was certainly different from any we had experienced before. They appeared not to be listening, but their response at the end made us realise that they had enjoyed the performance.
We've just done the first concert of our tour and it was fantastic. The audience reaction was superb.
It was really good. I think they started enjoying the second half more. But apparently if they make lots of noise, that means they're enjoying it more. So that was quite good because they made a lot of noise.
They were talking all the way through, which is a bit disconcerting for us because we're not used to a quiet audience, but I think it's just what they do in the middle. They just talk. Bit disconcerting in the beginning, but sounds like they enjoyed it quite a lot actually.
The mobile phone started to annoy me towards the end, but I guess it's just a culture thing.
It went alright, it was just so hot in there. It's really,
very
really
hard
hot
to keep it in tune. Apparently I'm famous because I had to give my autograph to some Chinese girl, so I'm famous.
With our concert completing a successful trip to Xian, we moved on. Our next stop was Qingdao, the town at the centre of our tour. Qingdao has recently become a sister city to Southampton. Both being dock towns, there are many similarities, and our visit was seen as an important gesture of friendship, both culturally and economically. We soon realised how much was expected of us as we arrived for our first rehearsal in the spectacular Regency Ballroom.
That's good. I like that.
We knew that our performance was going to be transmitted live on local TV, so our conductor Keith worked hard to make sure that we would be faultless.
Keep it separated. 2, 1. F sharp is flat. Dack-a-dum, don't double tone, please. If at the moment it's coming through like just fast, so you're arriving on the no, you're not going to leave me. I am not going to be shown how fast it goes. Right? You split the beats properly.
Basically, it was okay. It's just tidiness, really, and getting used to the new acoustic in here. It always happens in buildings that are based on domes, that the acoustic is rather different from one side of the hall to the other. So we're having problems just getting used to it. But really, it went very well.
Now, come on, stick in tight.
Although we were feeling nervous, we went out to take a look at our new surroundings.
This is our first proper view of Qingdao. We've just been let free from the hotel. We've got the afternoon to look around and see the city, which at the moment looks like a mini America.
Even the local market appeared to be very modern and different from what we had expected.
How much?
I don't think you can get that, it's quite big.
Well, 20.
Yeah. She just said they were.
So how much does that make?
2040.
We managed to haggle. We got 10 yuan off one of these because we're going to buy 4 of them because the vases they only had 2 of. So she's given us money off. And here's the market and then the low stuff. Success. Success. This is all really, really Mediterranean, sort of the style and everything. All of the flooring's been done the Mediterranean way. And all these houses look like they should be overlooking the beach, which we're just coming up to. It's all very modern. There's also a huge comparison though, because next to it you've got the ex-communist buildings for the homes, for homing everybody in, right next door to the new developments. So you've got the real contrast of the old culture and the new culture coming in.
Well, when we were in Xian, we saw that the traffic was pretty bad there, and they seem to have their own ways of driving. But as you can see up there, they've got some pretty wonderful ideas on traffic control with the timers on the traffic lights to tell you how long they're going to be on red or green for, which is an absolutely brilliant idea, I think.
The modern appearance of Qingdao had been a big surprise to us all, but the peaceful view of the coast soon helped us relax before the big concert. With the cameras waiting to record our every note, the pressure was really on, and we had to make sure that we got everything just right.
Tonight's performance is really the reason why we're here. It's the most important one of the lot. It's being televised, the acoustics out there are fantastic, so we've really got to turn it on tonight. The rehearsal earlier was a bit sketchy and Keith blew it a few times, but that just goes to show how important it is. So here we go.
Let's go.
Despite the grandeur of the location and the heat of the lights from the TV cameras, all the practice seemed to be paying off. It's going well. With so much pressure on us to perform well, a visit to the beach near Qingdao in between concerts proved a surprising and welcome rest during the tour. To us, the city of Qingdao had looked like a mini America. The beach was different again, and was another aspect of China I hadn't expected to see.
You didn't expect it to be this tropical in such an obviously tropical way. Yeah. It's so much nicer out here. You haven't got all the smog. It's much drier heat. It's really pleasant. Yeah, and it's got
And the mountains are cool too. I like to spend in mountains.
Yeah, mountains are very
Mountain beach. And it's the Pacific. I never thought I'd see the Pacific.
The modern town and beaches of Qingdao had been a great surprise and had challenged any ideas we may have had of China just being depressed and old-fashioned. Our final concert in Qingdao and another ovation meant that we left the town on a high. Although we had completed our most important concert, we still had one major performance left. We continued our journey to Beijing, the capital of China, and the place that we had all been waiting to see.
We're now at the entrance to the Badaling part of the Great Wall of China. I'm really excited because I never thought I'd get to actually be on the Great Wall of China. So yeah, it's really, really exciting. I think this is one of the high points of our trip.
seem like the most practical way to build a defence. It's not one of the things they mention, is it? Great Wall, 800 kilometres long, about 8 metres high, and about 70 degrees steep. So we finally made it. This is the top.
It's really nice.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad we're up here now.
Oh, actually, no. It's
so
pretty
long.
stunning, isn't it?
It's completely and utterly stunning, and I'm completely and utterly dead.
Yeah. But no, no, you go to the top of, say, Empire State or Eiffel Tower, it's not half as... This is just such a grand scale. It's just...
It really puts you in your place.
Yeah.
It is absolutely breathtaking. It's miles and miles of mountain and forest. Beautiful.
We were still talking about the Great Wall as we moved on to a local arts centre for children. We had been asked to play a few pieces for their youth orchestra in the grand setting of the old Imperial Palace. We were hoping that as well as playing, we would be able to talk with some young Chinese musicians for the first time.
Where would you like to go when you go abroad? Which country?
Canada.
All right.
Have you eaten Chinese food?
Yeah. Also. Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah.
It's very different from English.
What did you think of the English music that we played? Did you like it? Or?
Yes, I like it very much. Chinese play very well.
You play very well too.
I've also just finished high school. I'm going abroad as well.
他也刚中学毕业，没想。
Oh, come to China. Smile.
This has been a wonderful opportunity to play and talk freely with the Chinese students.
I was really impressed. They were really, really cute and they were really forthcoming.
Yeah, their ability to communicate, their musical ability as well. I don't know what they do teaching their kids over here, but it seems to work pretty well.
I kind of feel a bit guilty because I didn't make an effort to learn the language, and all the Chinese children, they all speak English so well.
And it was really nice because everywhere else we've been, we hadn't actually been allowed to talk to the children, or not allowed, there's just not been the opportunity, or they haven't wanted to. And so here we were actually able to sort of communicate with them and see them. It was really nice to be able to do that rather than just sort of seeing them behind glass on show.
Yes, and this is Tiananmen, and over there.
Continuing our busy schedule, we drove to the heart of Beijing, where we were to see the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square. The history of the square revealed the communist side of China, something that hadn't been apparent to us so far in the tour.
That's the People's Congress, which is the Parliament, and over there is where Mao's body is. And that commemorates the new China, and there's lots of new stones have been. The banisters and things are now made of white stone, and originally they were black and they were stained from when the students protested here, and it was all closed off and they changed all the stones because it was stained with blood.
Yeah, right. To the mountain, Talking Mountain.
I just asked Chu, he's a party official and he's the reminder for the fortnight what had happened in 1989 in Tiananmen Square. And he said the official version of events, which is that no students were killed, and that apparently the government carefully targeted a few political activists amongst the student crowd, and that it was blown out of all proportion by Western media so as to overthrow the communist regime. It just sounds very different from the version that we hear in the West.
we just got told to stop filming by some kind of military officer who asked for ID, but we're just about to go into the Forbidden City.
The history of the Forbidden City is a far cry from that of the more modern Tiananmen Square. This city within a city not only used to house the emperors, but also their eunuchs and concubines. It was obvious to see from the surroundings what great wealth they had once lived in.
We were told there were 9,999 rooms here, because apparently 9's a lucky number for the Chinese. It may not actually be that, but that's rumoured what it's rumoured to be.
I've been told it isn't actually that many. The idea is 10,000 is the number of heaven, so it can't be heaven, but it can be as close to it as possible. And it's huge. I had no idea it would be just this big. It's like, seriously, you could fit all the population of Southampton plus like all the rest of Hampshire in here.
Once again, we were soon moving on, this time to our final destination, the People's Concert Hall in Beijing, where we were to play our final concert.
It's been a superb 2 weeks. I've really enjoyed it. It's very sad because it is my last tour and it's my last time with all my friends here before we all take the step to university and other things.
It's been quite sad for me on a personal note because it's my last SYO tour, but it's been a fantastic send-off really. I've really enjoyed myself.
I mean, we've seen the good side of China, really, and you would have liked to have seen more of sort of the so-called real China, but you know, we're just lucky for what we have seen, really.
Everything has just been so different. The food, the people, the traffic, the places. It's just been amazing. I mean, I'll probably remember this for the rest of my life. It's really good.
And what's been wonderful is we've been playing to such appreciative audiences. We don't get audiences like this in England. It's been sold out and they clap, and it's been really, really superb.
So as our tour came to a close after 14 incredible days, we realised we had had a unique opportunity to experience a way of life so different from our own, to play some amazing concerts in fabulous venues and see some of the most famous sights in the world. For all of us, it had been the tour of a lifetime.